Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
So you're not out walking this morning, huh?
No, I don't even know what the temperature is, but it's super, super windy. It's about as windy here as it is there. I can hear it. I'm in my prayer closet and I can hear the wind whipping this morning. So, no, not out walking.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I decided to do something new. I'm on a different, I don't know, I guess I can say awareness because I'm noticing energy in the world and I've been doing a lot of research and I also noticed that many people are talking about this weird feeling. So I needed to walk by myself and for a minute and have some time by myself for a minute, you know, and I'm trying to just do some things different. Like I always talk about growth and stuff like that, but I'm gonna tell you something. It's really difficult trying to stay. Well, I won't say difficult, but I can see how it's difficult for a lot of people uh, to s- to stay centered, which is what I call it. I know there's a lot of terms out there that people talk about and are trying to connect with, but the topic for today, I was doing, like I said, research, irritable bowel syndrome. I'm trying to assess myself because I know my last detox, uh, I don't think I had enough minerals and vitamins. And so I noticed my digestive system was a little different than normal. And then, you got to add aging into all of that. So, uh, yeah, been doing a lot of research and stuff. And then I've been reading a lot, and I'm reading where, well, here where we are, it's 39 today, and they're talking about the food chain. And so I was wondering if anybody was going to start a garden. I think I'm going to find a location where I can plant a community garden. Uh, they're talking about, with the war and everything going on, you know, peace and I just send my peace and love to other countries that are struggling and they're holding up the food. So, like I say, the beauty about where I am is we've got snow on the ground, but it's 39 degrees, and the rest of the week is going to be like 50 in the 50s and 60s. And I was just wondering who was going to plant a garden this spring, and who's paying attention to the news, and basically who's going to, if everybody can't store food, and they're working on housing for the homeless. There's so much going on in the world. That's why I'm just trying to take the time and soak in the sun and find my peace because there's so much going on in the world that that's what I hope for everybody, that they find their peace. No matter what's going on in the world, as you and I already know, who our higher power is. It gives us a little comfort, but reality is reality. And like I said, I guess it just depends on where we live and what people are paying attention to. That's my thing today. That's where the space I'm in today.
Hmm.
So, how have you been doing?
Been doing well. Been doing well.
That's good.
I had thought about not a garden, but we don't have much space in our backyard because we have double decks and they extend out quite a bit. So our backyard is not that big, but I had been telling Burley last year I wanted to at least try to plant like tomatoes and cucumbers. I was just thinking about the vegetables that I like to eat. So definitely tomatoes and cucumbers. Um, I'm not sure what else because, like I said, I won't have very much space. So I had talked to him about building me those garden boxes.
Yeah,
Um, I when I walked last summer, I noticed a couple of areas where they have condos and people had garden boxes and they had, a couple of different things in them and they grew well. So that's gonna be my first project to try something on a small level and then see how I do and then maybe something bigger because I think we probably could do a small garden in our backyard. Like I said, it's not that much space, but I think I'll try the garden box first and see what happens and then go from there.
that's good. Yeah, I did a garden box and I did my herbs and another lady well, I took care of her mom and she bought all this stuff and we did tomatoes because tomatoes grow so fast
Hmm.
and that's something we can talk about, the different fruits and vegetables. Like I've been wanting to do a avocado tree for so long, but it takes so long to um, produce the fruit. So the garden boxes help because it you don't have to grow so much. And I think now with people understanding fruits and vegetables are real important. Well, one thing about tomatoes, they're good. It's good for you, especially senior citizens that have. Oh man, there's so much stuff to talk about. But senior citizens have the down. What is it? The Downer syndrome, and tomatoes are good for senior citizens that have that syndrome at night where they get agitated. But that's when I uh, started doing more research because I've noticed that Downer syndrome is also like depression and anxiety. So tomatoes would be good. I've done squash, and where I had my garden, it when it rained, the it was squash and something else. But at any rate, it made its own. It was squash, but it was mixed with something else. But I used to put them on the grill. That's one thing that's plentiful is squash. Uh, and I love to fry squash in the morning or cook it with onions and garlic. That's something that grows fast. But yeah, I don't want a big, big garden because I do a lot already. But a little garden, and like you say, some people are doing them inside their house as long as they have a window with lots of light. But yeah, I like to do my herbs like cilantro and I do rosemary. I've done rosemary before. Um, but last year during the pandemic, something just told me to get a lot of seeds, a lot of vegetable seeds, cabbage. um, collard greens, but stuff like that, I'm ready for it. And I know that we can, you know, do a lot with. I don't do canning. I don't have the desire to do it, but I guess I know how to do it. I just don't. That's too much for me. But now in these times, it makes more sense to just be ready, just to,
Mhm.
because we don't know. And then, thinking about those, I thought about you last night. I watched this guy on YouTube um, test all these different fruits, and star fruits was one of his favorites. And I thought about you. I said, "Oh, I wonder if Kathy's still eating her star fruit."
Yep.
So yeah, we've got to be more mindful. Fruits and vegetables, and I can appreciate why people like to live on the island because it's all fresh and very little meat. And I'm not a vegan because I can't eat nuts, but I'm more fruits and vegetables than anything.
Hmm.
And what was really funny was, sometimes I have my junk food craving. And even Grady said, "I'm surprised you as small as you are eating all that junk food." Well, like I told him, I've got the knowledge. I've got the knowledge. Thank God I got the knowledge to know how to balance out. You just can't be a glutton, you know? Oh, let's see. We have somebody else on, I guess. Uh-oh. Oh, Vicky. Let's welcome Vicky to the platform.
Good
Good
morning,
morning. Good morning.
ladies.
Hi, Vicky.
Hi, Kathy. Hi, Jewel.
Good morning.
I'm on the side of the road. Uh, let me see. I'm still trying to. Can, Kathy, if you can hear her, go ahead until I go back around this bend.
Okay. She's talking about wondering if anybody would be planting gardens this year, thinking about the situation on food and how it may not make it to us. So I was just sharing, I thought about doing a garden box with just maybe tomatoes and cucumbers, which are the vegetables that I like to eat because I don't want anything real big. And we don't have our yard. Good morning, Josh. Um,
Say hi.
Hi,
Hi, Joshua. How are you?
fine.
That's good. Good to see you
Good,
again.
fine.
That's good. Glad you're fine. But anyway, that's what she was talking about. So we were kind of talking about planting gardens and then eating our fruits and our vegetables.
Yeah, I'm not a planner. I don't have the space to do anything like that. But my friends in Greenup plant a garden, so I usually get stuff from them. And then my minister friend and his wife, the church has a garden at Second Baptist out on Old State Road. So Earl will usually bring me stuff, cabbage, tomatoes, and potatoes and stuff like that from their garden. So that helps me a lot during the summertime since I can't get down to farmers market on the square.
Okay, that's good. How big are their potatoes that they grow?
They're pretty good size.
Really?
Um, One, in fact, a cabbage that he brought me last summer, it was humongous. I could not believe how big that cabbage was.
Wow.
Um, but it was good. Once I got it cooked with some sausage and some onions, I was happy.
Okay. Yeah, because I
And I
love
did have
potatoes.
my friends in Greenup, they brought me a planter with grape tomatoes on it that I'd put out on my balcony, and it did really well. So I got a lot of little grape tomatoes off of that last summer to put in my salads and to just munch on.
Mhm.
Oh wow, I can hear you now. I'm past the traffic. That's good. Tomatoes, cherry tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. You know, I guess when people are eating healthy, I was just wondering how many people understand the benefits of their food. They know that it's healthy, but do they know the vitamins? I mean, everybody knows tomatoes are vitamin C, but do you guys do that sometimes? Do you try to figure out the benefits of the food that you put in your body?
Not really.
Not no.
You just
I
know you
think
need to eat.
after I got diagnosed with being type 2 diabetic, and I had to go to a nutrition class, and I spent more time reading labels in the grocery store to see what was in them, and it's like this is just too hard.
Too much. See, that's why you need me. I keep telling, yeah, it's a lot for people to understand. But um, I found that there is a need to help people understand what they're putting in their body. Because, yeah, you know, trying to figure out which way to go. Because I don't have any boots on. And if I go all the way around, am I going to be able to get back out? I'm sorry. I just don't know how to get through this area without stepping. The trail is clean, but everything else is with snow. So I'm just going to walk all the way around while we're talking. But yeah, so that's the kind of stuff I help with. Like you say, being a diabetic, there's people that can't eat kale because they're on blood thinners. Different foods will affect your medication. So that's the kind of stuff I like to help with. Um, but yeah, now in these times, I'm thinking there's more and more of a need of what I do to help people to get in alignment, have a clear way of thinking, how they can get their minds right. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what ailment you have, there's always um, a diet to how to change your diet. They're always gonna, they, meaning doctors, are always going to tell you or ask you about your food intake. So that's the kind of stuff that the memberships are all about. But I'm glad that you're at least, you know, eating more fruits and vegetables. I'm not going that way. I think I'm gonna have to go this way. I'm just gonna have to walk in the snow, y'all. I'm about 2 miles away from my car. So after I finish that walk, I'm glad you guys are on because I probably wouldn't have ventured off so far. But yeah, so cherry tomatoes. I was just telling Kathy that I was watching this YouTube channel and they were trying all kinds of fruits. And one was a tropical fruit that started with a D, but the girl said it tastes like pudding, but it was a tropical fruit. And
Mhm.
he didn't like that one at all. He's like he just liked the juicy one, the one that there looks like a grape, but it had a great big seed in it, and it had a hard coating. The star fruit and mangoes. Do you like mangoes or papaya?
I like mangoes. I can't remember. I think I tried papaya. I'm not sure.
I haven't had papaya. I've had mangoes.
I like papaya juice, but I don't like the fruit. I will drink the papaya juice. It's good for hydration, but mango is my favorite, and pineapple. Uh, I like kiwi, but the mango is good because I used to use it in my skincare. It got so expensive, which is probably why my face looks like a mess now because mango was very good for my face and it kept it clear. And I'm not one to have pimples, but I ended up having hormonal acne. So now I'm trying to clear my face. But papaya is really good for the skin. And there's
Mm-hmm.
other benefits, of course. But that's the kind of stuff I like to do because when we sit and we talk about how we have everything on God's green earth to sustain us all, everything has a benefit. That's why well, in my mind, that's why I think there's all these old fashioned remedies because they knew the benefits of the food. And that's how they came up with all these uh, tonics that you can drink to help heal your body. Um, so that's the kind of stuff I like to do. But I was just wondering what are people going to do about the food chain if we're not getting food imported to where we live? So that's what else can you say about that?
I don't know. Things have gone up so high at the grocery store. I had had a taste for some oxtails,
Ha,
and I was at County Market last weekend, and it's on Friday because I went back Saturday to pick them up. Anyway, I just thought, let me ask him if they carry them, and he said he had one piece left. And so I asked him, I said,
yeah,
well, how much is it? And he said 9.99 a pound. And I'm like, oh, geez.
yep. I watched somebody, they bought oxtails, 3 pounds, cost them $60.
My two
So,
pounds
yeah,
cost me $20. It was just a
yeah,
hair over 2 pounds. And then I found a recipe, and then I had everything except three ingredients, which it called for rice vinegar, sesame seed oil, and cornstarch. Well, I knew the cornstarch would be cheap. And so while I was at County Market, after I went to the meat department and picked them up, I thought, let me see if they've got these other two things that I need. And sometimes, they'll have a generic form of some of this stuff. And they did not have a generic form of the sesame seed oil, and it was
oh,
$7 for that bottle.
yep,
And the
yep,
vinegar was $3. But I thought I want to fix the recipe the right way the first time I
yeah.
do
What
it
were
to
you
make
doing? A stir
sure.
fry?
No, I just stuck them. Fixed everything, put it in the crock pot overnight, and they smelled so good with everything that I put on it. I didn't use the cornstarch until Sunday morning when I got up because I took the oxtails out of the crock pot, set them to the side, and then took the drippings and put them in a pan with the cornstarch to thicken it up, and then put them
Yeah.
back in, then poured it back over it. But they were really good. But I
Oh, that
thought, okay,
sounds
I
good.
got my fix, so it'll be a while before I buy them again, you
Mhm.
know.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah, I like different stir fries. Um, but that sounds good. And the sesame oil, I like the sesame seeds. I do that a lot. And then there's different spices and different herbs that are also medicinal. Do you put rosemary or thyme in there? It
uh,
probably didn't call for it.
no, it was hot sauce, the rice vinegar, the sesame seed oil, um, garlic powder, black pepper, seasoning salt. So,
Now,
but
are
they
you
were
a meat
good.
person?
I
Do you
like my
have
meat,
to? You have to
but I
have
don't
meat?
always have to have meat when I eat. A lot of times, sometimes I'll just open up. I like the Old Glory greens, and I'll doctor them up. But I'll open up a can of those and eat those sometimes for dinner. And I'm satisfied.
Okay. So do you like canned food, canned vegetables better than frozen vegetables?
I do because sometimes I do. Just depends on what it is. I do my green beans and corn. Occasionally, I'll buy corn. Um, but I like a lot of broccoli and cauliflower mix. And since I've gotten hooked on the Brussels sprouts, I buy bags of Brussels sprouts and keep
That's
those in
good.
the refrigerator. And salad mix, I like that. So,
I
That's
thought about
good.
you. I thought
uh
about you last week, Vicky, because I had brought some Brussels sprouts and I
huh.
forgot I had them. And I was like, oh, shoot, we need to cook these because they've been in the refrigerator for a little bit. So I cooked them and I am terrible. Like when I'm the cook, then I stay in the kitchen. But when Burley's
Hmm.
cooking, I don't have to be in there. And he was actually cooking that day. So he was cooking the meat. And I said, oh, we need to cook those Brussels sprouts. So I went and you know, did some garlic and some seasoning salt and put them in the oven. And I went back
Hmm.
and watched TV because he was actually the cook. And he starts smelling something. He's like, Kathy, you're Brussels sprouts. And so I jumped up and they weren't burnt, but he's like, girl. And so I said, well, they still seem kind of hard. So he
Yeah.
said, broil them. He said, broil them. And he said, but you got to watch them. Well, I put the broil on and I was doing laundry that it was Saturday evening.
Hmm.
And I went to take my clothes out, forgot all about them. And then he smelled them again and I had put them
I'm echoing pretty nice.
I was like, they were not supposed to turn out that.
Now I do like mine a little charred, but not too much. So I do have to watch them because I'll do like you. I'll get them all done, stick them in the oven, and get to doing something else, and it's like, oh, let me go turn these things,
Yeah,
shut
but
them
I
off.
did take like one layer off that was really charred. I took one layer
Hmm.
off and I ate them. I ate about three or
That's
four
the
of them.
best part. I'm trying to
He
see if I can
said,
get
he
my
said, nope,
earbud to
I'm
work.
not eating those. I'm gonna have to buy
Yeah,
me
that's
some
the
more.
best part. You don't like them charred, huh?
Not the way they were charred. They was, yeah, a little bit much.
I like it like that.
Mhm.
I know,
Wait, say
Josh.
something.
Josh likes them too, so I usually end up fixing a whole bag when I fix them.
Now, what did you say you put on them to do the roasted?
I put olive oil on them. I pour some olive oil in my pan. I use one of those Pyrex dishes,
Mm-hmm.
and so I pour olive oil over the bottom of that, and then I take one of those gallon freezer bags and dump the Brussels sprouts in there and season them up, and then pour olive oil on them while they're in the bag. Shake it up real good, and then pour them in the pan. And I stick them in there for maybe the recipe said cook them at 450, I think, and I thought that's a little too high. And so I'll put them in the oven like at 350 and cook them for like 45 minutes or so. But I'll try to remember to turn them halfway through, go in there and take them out and stir it up a little bit to get everything coated.
Right.
Because when I fixed them Sunday, when I took them out, I thought they're done. But when I tried to cut in, it was too hard. I thought, okay, let me stick them back in the oven for a little bit longer. And then when I did that, then they had softened up a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I use seasoning salt, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and lemon pepper.
Okay. Mm.
That sounds good. Do you like asparagus?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
like
I
asparagus,
eat
but it's high
asparagus.
too.
Yeah.
But it's what?
It's high too.
I know, but that's the thing. We got to put better foods in our body. You know, well, that's just my thing. People spend a lot on gadgets and, things. but to put the best food in our bodies, I know that that's something I would like to check into. I've never put any in a garden, but I'd like to see if I can grow my own asparagus. That's one of the foods that I would like to grow. I made
Yeah,
it back to my car. I'm wondering if I'm in too much shade, but I can hear you guys talking. But
yeah. My
yeah,
friends in
that's
Green, they grow like herbs and potatoes, green beans. She does like the yellow squash, cabbage. So they've got a nice big area. And what he did, he built her a raised garden because she can't get down like she used to. And so they have a nice garden out in their backyard.
that's good. I'm gonna see if I can add the link. You know what I forgot to do was to add the link to see if anybody um wanted to come on live. That's not gonna work. Okay, so if anybody can add the link, let's see who's coming on now. Oh, here's Bobby. He's walking and talking. Good morning.
Hello, you
Morning,
guys.
Bobby.
My phone is so cold. It's so scraggly. I'm probably breaking
I
up.
was
I don't know if
trying to add the link so people can come on, but I made the mistake of not adding the link onto Facebook or YouTube. And that's something when I'm walking and talking, it's not telling me where I can add the link. So because I'm on my phone. Uh-oh. Let's see. Post a comment.
I love Jackie's testimonial. That was so good.
Wasn't that awesome? Oh my
That
God.
was.
I listened to it last night. I was like, I mean, I knew everything that was going on, but some of those details that she shared, I didn't. And I was like,
Yeah,
wow. But yeah, he's definitely a miracle. God,
definitely.
he's still performing those miracles. So yeah, we was praying.
Mhm.
We definitely were praying.
Mhm.
So I just
So if
confirmed with
anybody
me.
wants to come on, I just posted the link on YouTube and Facebook. I'm not able to pin it, but if anybody wants to come on and talk about fruits and vegetables, if you're gonna do a garden, you're free to come on and let's talk about it. Um, now that I see, I'm probably gonna keep walking, walk a little bit more. I like to walk. I haven't gotten in my 5 miles in a long time.
Well, it's
Okay.
cold here. It feels like -4, they said outside. So,
That's what it is. I didn't know. I can hear the wind though. I could hear the wind just whipping away.
hmm
I
And
actually
Bobby
don't
said
even
that
have to
they
go
were
out
getting
there.
snow. So looks like he had his snow on, but I wonder if he's in a dead zone.
Yeah, we got
His
snow Thursday night and a little more Friday, but it wasn't that much.
no, in fact,
yeah,
ours
come
is all
on,
gone
people.
away.
Anybody want to come on and talk about their garden? I added the link, and let's see. I'm gonna go across the way. Maybe that's the best place to sit. And I think he's trying to get back on, so we'll add him on.
Mm.
She's
I mean, I lost her.
uh-huh.
Ugh. I'm only gonna stay on a little bit longer. I got up at 7. Pastor Miller does a prayer line at 7 o'clock,
hmm
and I get on that. It's just for an hour. And then I got on Angela Stone. She's a pastor up in Chicago, and she
Mm-hmm.
does morning confessions. And she had a pastor on that gave her testimony about having homosexual tendencies at a very young age and
Mm-hmm.
how she was delivered from it. She was really good. So I started listening to her on Saturday morning. So that was really good. So
Yeah, I
I
sent James
definitely.
a text the other day and asked him to move my membership to his church.
Oh, okay.
So I've never not had a church home
Hmm.
and still not happy with a lot of things going on at where I used to go. Um, Unfortunately, this last month of messages that he gave came from another pastor from another church. And there's nothing wrong to me with using information from somebody else, but don't use the exact same titles. If you're going to do that, change it up a little bit because both Brandon and Brad are preaching the same messages at both campuses, and it's like that to me is not a God voice. If both of you I just feel like whatever God speaks to either one of you, that's what should be preached at whatever church. So I don't know. James had a men's conference this past week, and he's got a women's conference coming up this week um, at the church. So, but
That's good.
Hey, I was gonna say oh hey Bobby.
Good morning, Bobby.
morning.
Oh,
He
they
must
have
not have his
snow.
mic on or something.
See if you can turn your see if you can close out your tabs. Sometimes if you have more than one tab on, it'll keep you from
It'll mute
hearing.
your voice.
Oh no, can't hear you. Yeah, poor thing. I know it's hard to get on live. But yeah, the food prices are getting um, higher. I'm not a big meat person, but I do like my chicken and I do like my turkey and my salmon, but I only do sockeye salmon. I don't do any other salmon because I used to be allergic to a lot, but
Hmm.
I can eat sockeye salmon. There's from Alaska. I try not to do Atlantic salmon. For me anyway, the nutrients are, well, it's like farm raised. So that's another thing, is to help people to understand some of the foods that they're eating is um, not like the pure omega 3, because it's farm raised and because it's has very little nutrients in it. But that's the kind of stuff I was thinking we could, enlighten people on, and the different things that people can learn about how to uh, put better minerals and vitamins in their bodies, especially during these times. That's why I was asking you about the canned goods versus the frozen. Because I know back in the day, people used to store canned goods, but it was different and it didn't have a lot of additives and preservatives and salt. Like, do you rinse your canned goods? Like, say you open up a can of corn, do you rinse it?
I drain whatever's in the can, the liquid, I drain it off. I
Okay.
don't necessarily rinse it, but I'll drain it off and I'll substitute it with like chicken broth or beef broth when I get ready to fix it. And like if I make chili and I use my black beans, I'll drain those and I do rinse the black beans off
I
when
love
I
black
do that.
beans. Yeah.
Um, and when I fix salmon, because I buy canned salmon and fix salmon patties, and I haven't fixed those
Yeah.
in a long time. And
Oh, yeah.
I'll drain that, and then I do give that a quick rinse before I start fixing it. So I'll use eggs and breadcrumbs and dill pickle relish um, when I make the salmon patties.
What kind of relish?
Dill pickle.
Oh, do you? See,
It's good.
now that's different. But I used to make salmon patties all the time. And salmon, like a couple of years ago, um, I was helping someone. It was salmon every day for a whole year. And salmon patties I love, but I usually make it mom's way with the onions. But I never put the dill in, so I'm gonna have to try that because I like dill.
Hmm.
But I'll use the dill on my salmon when I grill it or when I put it in the oven.
Hmm.
Uh-oh. Bobby was trying to send a message.
It just
Um,
said that he thinks his phone is frozen.
okay, I understand. One day I keep saying I'm gonna work on my earbuds, but it's the craziest thing because they work in the house, they work everywhere else, but it could be this area I'm in too. I didn't even think about that. But that's okay. I appreciate him trying to come on anyway, just to talk and let us see Mississippi with the snow. I did get to see some of it, so that's very rare. But yeah, what other foods do you guys like? Couscous?
No, I've never had couscous. I've seen it in the grocery store, but I've never had it. And I know they do a
Very
lot of
good.
that on the cooking shows.
It's very good. And tabbouleh, Melody hit me to that, but that's very good too. You know,
What
and
is
she
that?
puts uh,
What's that tabbouleh that you're talking about, Jewel?
trying to see if they're coming my way. I was walking all around this area. Hope everybody's okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, tabbouleh is good, and
What
What
is
is
that?
it?
We haven't heard of
it's
that.
it's like a wheat as well, but you boil it. It's got mint. It's real fine mint. Lemon juice. You cut up onions and tomatoes, and it's kind of like a side dish. But there's so many different recipes, and it's not the consistency because it's like kind of like how do I explain it? It's like a seed, but it's soft. And then you taste and cucumber. You put cucumber and onion, and then you use Italian vinaigrette, and you mix it, and you can eat it on the side with baked chicken or salmon. But there's so many different ways that you could eat tabbouleh and also couscous. Now I like couscous with mushrooms. That's very good. Instead of rice, you would have couscous or tabbouleh. That would be something to try. I wish I was there. I'd cook it for you. You can
Well, I
come
tried
over.
quinoa and I didn't like quinoa.
Oh, quinoa is good. I like it instead of making macaroni and cheese, the white pasta, the enriched pasta. I'll use the quinoa pasta. Very good. You can't even taste that it's not the white enriched uh, pasta. You know, but those are the things that are good to try, and you just make it like your regular macaroni and cheese. But I'm finding for me, as I get older, I can't eat a lot of cheese, but I will cook it, you know. And then my favorite dish, I think I told you, was the cabbage and kale with the red, yellow, and orange, peppers, onions. I like real, um, um, what am I trying to say? The real garlic because it's pungent, but it tastes really good. Using or the they now have garlic in a can or not in a can in a jar. I'll use
Yeah, the
that
minced
too.
garlic. I use minced that quite a bit.
Yeah, because you can get it for like I think I was at a Kroger store, which is like King Super, and they had a big I want to say 14 ounces for $5 on sale. But the real I'm starting to appreciate the the pure fresh fruits and vegetables. I'm starting to appreciate the spices that are pure and fresh. And you can taste the difference. And as far as the benefits, I can feel the benefits. But in a world where everybody was in their hustle and bustle and moving around and didn't have time to cook, you know what? I think that's the one thing I will appreciate and continue to do because I do cook every day. I don't. I think the last I may like sometimes you'll want to go and get a sandwich or something, but like here I'm talking about uh, St. Patrick's Day. Now I love Reuben sandwiches with the sauerkraut and the Swiss cheese, um, but I will put it in the crock pot. I don't like the processed food. And I'm starting to taste, if you get like cornbread for corned beef from the deli, it does taste processed. So I have no problems putting a corned beef in the crock pot and then I'll slice it off. And I love rye bread. I'm starting to appreciate some of the uh, other choices that they have out there.
Yeah, I got a
Um,
corned beef and put it in the freezer, but County Market, the cheapest one I found there was $22. Went to
oh
Ruler
yeah.
Food and they sell the same brand as County Market, and I got it for $10.63.
Now that's good. Yeah, now I was just saying to myself, they should have corned beef on sale, but then now because of these times, it may be higher. I looked at a 2 pound corned beef the other day and it was like $17. So I said, oh, I'll just wait. But yeah, I'll do that. And if not, well, I'm going to do my cabbage and kale, my peppers. Oh, and I'll put a bed of okra on top of it. And I think somebody said they didn't like okra because it was slimy.
I
But
don't
when I
like
cook
okra.
it, yeah, when I cook it that way, it's not slimy. And another thing, you know, that's something we can do is the benefits of okra. That's a vegetable I love, and I'm glad I love it because the benefits are so great. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm on, that I'm kind of working on these days is to appreciate my food and appreciate the benefits putting in my body. Because we all talk about our temple, and to me, as I've always had a passion for making healthy choices and living that way. But now I pay more attention to what I put in my temple to stay. Not only does it help your mind, but it also helps your gut. And when we understand that our gut is where sickness and disease comes from, um, I think this is a good time to pay attention and to grow from the knowledge and the different foods that we have. That's just how I feel. But I'm trying to bring awareness to people because we're in some times where we it, it's to me it's imperative to talk about making healthy choices and understanding our temple and how we can connect to our higher power. Like we many people are fasting and praying, and then I read where this one girl, she was really trying to get an answer. And a lot of people are saying it's what you put in your temple. If you want a word from God, you've got to clean your temple, and you can receive it. You know, so that's where I am in this journey. Is like being aware of what we're putting in our body. The park is filling up. But yeah, so that's good. At least you're making healthy choices. At least you're eating healthy, making eating clean food is what I call it, not necessarily raw, because there's so many different ways people can help themselves, because everybody can't have the same formula because everybody's different. But what we do know is that we pay attention to the different minerals and vitamins that are in the foods. But what they do say is eat as much green leafy vegetables as you can. And I think I was talking about downers. That's if you've got a loved one that has downers, you definitely want to change their diet. Because I remember in the hospital, they have certain people come and sit with the patients because after 5 o'clock they get agitated. Some get combative, and some have it so bad that they're on medication, antidepressants, stuff like that. Well, what I'm starting to see now in the last week is what I've been doing research on. Not only is sundowners for senior citizens, but I'm starting to think that it's also playing a part in post traumatic stress disorder, mental disorders. You know, all of this goes hand in hand, which is why I like talking about healthy choices and stuff. But at the end of the day, um, to slow down the process of disease, illness, healthy choices is necessary. Just like we're noticing what the world is doing, we also need to pay attention to what our body is doing. You know, like like I said, everything is everything scripturally. When it comes to scripture, we talk about how to have peace and how to pray and how to share love, but we're not talking about how to get our body in alignment. And that's important to me, I think. But yeah, oh, Vicky, I finally got a chance to catch you on last week. I've never gotten that notification. And I finally tapped in and saw you leading the group. So I appreciate that. I meant to tell you, I'm glad I got a chance to see it.
They weren't very talkative like they are on Tuesday nights, so I was a little nervous, a little
Okay,
nervous, but I don't have
I'll
to do it
have
again
to.
until the end of next month. So,
Was that your
Okay,
Sunday school class?
uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. And I didn't
I
know he
find
posted it to YouTube either until I was going through looking for one of his messages, and then I saw a couple of the Sunday school class, and I'm like, I didn't know you was gonna do that too. I just thought you posted your Sunday services to YouTube, not Sunday school too. So it's like,
yeah, she did good. I mean, so I got a chance to tap in. So I was like, oh wow, and I've never gotten that notification. I'm trying to find a Kleenex. But yeah, guys, I got to get my stuff in order. I think I was not afraid. I just didn't know what I wanted to talk about on these social platforms because many people are monitored. But I've been doing some research and realized, I'm just going to put it out there, start doing some more things to bring awareness. And I don't do car mukbangs or anything like that, but I will tell you this. It's easier to do a car mukbang and talk to the audience. So what I may do is get some tabbouleh or some oh, I think it's called Nine West. It's by Nine. I think it's something West, but I'll have to get the container and I'll text it to you guys, or I'll make some one day while we're talking. And darn, too bad I can't send it to you. Send it in the mail, send a container. But yeah, well, one of those health food stores, they also put raisins or cranberries in there, and that's good too. I want
I'm
to
not
say,
crazy about raisins anymore, and I used to love raisins, and I don't like fresh cranberries.
really, listen,
Uh-huh.
when you start to realize some of these foods are medicinal, you'll just try it again. I get that some people don't like certain foods, but just try them again. Every 5 years or 10, your taste buds change, so just try it again. But let me tell you, you and sunflower seeds they put in the tabbouleh. So it's just so many different things. But when you try it or when you taste it, it's not what you think. Because I got one of those. I don't like this. I don't like that. And I'm like Burley, have you tried it? You know, and then they try it and they're like, oh, that was pretty good. Well, yeah, because our taste buds change all the time. So maybe, Vicky, if you try the tabbouleh, it's so good. I can eat it by itself. That one with the onions and the cucumber. They put cranberries in there. It's dried cranberries. Because raisins is nothing but a dried grape.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, but those are the things we can talk about because there's so much to try, so many benefits to different foods, and even okra. Some foods you don't like, you can just say, I'm healing my body as you're trying it because that's what it does. It heals your body.
That's
Uh-oh,
good.
sorry, I got a cough.
That's good. Bless you. Well, I'm gonna have to exit. I got to get my exercise in this morning. I got a meeting. I had one at 1, but that one was canceled. So I got another meeting at 3. So I got to
Okay,
get
well,
back
I've got a
moving
client today. I'm going to do one client and then I'm going to come home and have some jewel time because I need to soak in the tub. I'll listen. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but that's just how I am. I always been this way, but now I'm not one to just keep talking about my journey and stuff like that. But but what I'm doing, I can, I'll share that. But that's why I always like to, like I say, um, now that we have these social platforms, I'm gonna do some things different. And you know, I always used to do the, cosmetology, nursing, and science. So I have no problems being behind the scenes when I used to do photo shoots and stuff like that. But the healthy choices and all of that, um, I'm gonna try and do that. Oh, here's Bobby again. He's really thank you, Bobby.
I won't give up.
I appreciate that. He's got Kathy was just saying goodbye to us, and I was adding the different things that I'm going to start doing because I'm just going to do it. That's all you can do is just get out there and do it and to help
Yeah.
somebody. But
Yeah.
thank you, Bobby, for being uh, constant. Keep trying and keep trying. That's he's persevered already.
Yeah. Well, I gotta go too
Yeah, I
because I
just
got some things I need to do. So it
Okay.
was
okay, you
good
guys.
to
I
see
just
you
wanted y'all to see the
guys.
snow here.
Okay, Kathy, have a good one.
Okay.
And Bobby, thanks for coming on, Kathy. I was just trying to, I know she has something to do. Vicky, are you going to hang on or you got to go as well?
I gotta go as well. I got some things to do, and he keeps knocking on my door. I'm in my bedroom, so
Okay. Okay. Well, go ahead and we'll talk soon. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm just not sure which way I'm going as far as when I'm going to go live. I kind of want to go live when I'm at home so that I can pull up some things and show some data, show some um, um, different slides and different research so that you guys can see, what people are finding and what kind of research is out there. It's a whole different thing. It's only if you want to do it because everybody's not into it, and that's
All right,
perfectly fine. I'm trying a different group. I
somebody.
just try to give you guys first dibs if you want to come on. But I'm trying different groups to those that want to and are interested in understanding fruits and vegetables, the foods that we put in our bodies. So, like I said, taking care of our temple is important. And so that's the route I'm going. I've always done it. I just haven't really been very vocal about it. But now it's time. I feel like it's time.
yeah.
Bobby, what is your temperature you walking in?
Kathy, it is a whole 33 degrees in the ship.
Okay.
Okay.
I would have
Like
did much
home,
better
right?
if I brought my. I would have did much better if I brought my gloves with me, but I'm just grateful I did 44 minutes in
Oh,
walking this morning. I went to the gym yesterday and spent a couple hours, but while you all, anytime I can jump in on Saturday, I'm gonna try to do that. You all
there
have
you
a blessed weekend. I got to get ready for a benefit on tomorrow. Thank God for all of you.
Thank God
Okay.
for you.
Take care. Tell
Take
Pat
care.
hi.
Sure
Yes,
will.
tell Pat
Okay.
hello and thank you for coming on and at least saying good morning to us.
Amen.
Appreciate that.
Amen. All right. I'm
All
out.
right.
Kathy, somebody's knocking at your door. You better get going too. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming on.
Okay.
Okay. Have
See
a
ya.
good day.
You
Yes.
too.
Thank you. Well, everybody, it was just a morning to touch base with everybody. Like I say, if anybody wants to come on, you're welcome to come on. We're walking and talking, basically talking about healthy choices. And I'm getting ready to leave as well. So thank you for coming on. And also, if you're on YouTube, make sure you say something. Are you going to plant a garden? What do you think about the food supply? Um, does anybody have a plan? And that was kind of like what I wanted to talk about today. But as you know, it's Saturday morning walk and talk. So you never know what we're going to talk about. But I am going to start talking about making more healthy choices, the benefits, the facts, the features, the benefits. And do you know what you're eating? Do you know the benefits of your food? And then are you willing to expand? Are you willing to broaden your horizons? So, those are the things that I was hoping to talk about today, hoping to have more people come on, but that's okay. The more we grow, um, that'll be something to look forward to. So, I appreciate you all. Enjoy your day. Peace and blessings. And please make sure you pay attention to what you put in your body. There's a reason. Bye bye.